Well, hello everybody. How you doing tonight? Oh, welcome to the North American RaceRoom Racing Network. We're here for the Wednesday night enduro. We're at Road America with the P2s and the GT3s, or GTR3s. We all know what we call them. And for a 2-hour race, having seen a little bit of the Australian race, and a minute amount of the European race, which had some glorious accident action. For those who saw it, it was worth seeing. I think I had 18 people on the Oz News site. There were, I think, 24, 26 people on the gold server and about 20 people on the silver server in EU. So it looks like we're close to matching what the EU put up for numbers for the race. Because right now we're sitting on. Oh, I hate the way this thing does this. 15 and 24 racers right now. And just checking to see that everything is running. Yeah. Thursday morning. Yeah. Hi, Paul. Good morning. Winky faced. Oh. Wakey. Oh, I kind of half expect Rangy Rover might stop by. I know Scott's going to check in. Let's minimize that. Let me get back to this screen. We're kind of ready to go. The only thing I haven't done yet is to set up the raffle. Raffle? If you don't live in the United States and you're not old, that noise may not make sense, but there was once some kind of breakfast cereal commercial with it was a waffle cereal. It had some stupid cartoon character going waffle, and so yeah, raffle. So at some point, I will start that up once things stabilize here, and when that has happened, it will pop up in the chat, and it will say, "Hey, we're running a thing. You know, type in this, and you'll be entered." And I'll remember to say before I start it this time that if you're subscribed to the channel, you get an extra entry. So it will benefit you to go ahead and sub to the channel and enter the raffle. You must be here and present to win, and that means you, Paul Kirby. So just set your alarm for 3 hours from now and wake up and see what the end is like. All right, so we're running through qualifying, and for whatever reason, the standings board isn't up. It should be. But, oh, I know why the standings board isn't up. Because we don't have any qualified times yet. And until somebody puts in a time, the TV tower doesn't show up. Oh, that corner right there always amazes me how wide people take that. And it's just way outside the white line, and there's no penalty. I don't quite understand that. There are 9 P2s and 14 GTR3s right now. One, two, three, 4 of the RaceRoom prototypes. 1, 2, 3 of the Chevys. And then a couple of the other ones there as well. Down in the GT3Rs, we've got BMW, Chevy, Porsche, BMW, Merc, Audi, Porsche, BMW, Dunno, Porsche, Chevy, and Dunno. Oh no, that is one of the. We now have 11 prototypes. Interesting. So we've got a couple more prototypes that jumped in. That's awesome. Wait a minute. Does this one allow? You can't join this while it's in qualified, can you? Yeah, Someone's there. Raffle. Yeah, I believe that once you have won a raffle here, you are ineligible for 60 days, according to the gods of the North American RaceRoom Discord hierarchy and monarchy. It's benevolent dictatorship here. So yeah, Chris, you're screwed. You're not going to win. Come on, guys! Really, not one qualifying lap yet? I actually don't believe that. Oh, there is a couple. Theo's got a lap in. Well, look at these two. I'm sorry. They were racing each other the other night, just beating each other over the head all night. And here they are with 2 times that are a tenth of a second apart, which I just think is brilliant. Less than a tenth. Okay. Okay. So, some little gift fairy dropped an extra little present on us this morning, chatted me up and said, hey. And so we have a little extra giveaway to do, but we're not going to do it until we reach some sort of a milestone. I think I have that milestone in my head, but I'll talk about it more when people have tuned in. All right, so there's some laps coming in. That's good. On the left-hand side there, you can see the TV tower, and you'll note that the the P2 cars have a darker little color. I'm colorblind, so I don't see green and not a lot of red. So next to the number, you will see a little color band, and you can see that the P2s and the GTR3s are a different little color band there. That'll help delineate who's where on the track. Oh, also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color scheme because I don't like the one. Go to the RaceRoom blue scheme. I don't know, huh? Maybe maybe another color would be better. Let's see. What's RaceRoom red look like? Ooh, I like that. I like that a little better, I think. So, what do we know from the European and the Oz New Z races? A, when there's a yellow flag, pay attention. There's some serious carnage this afternoon in the EU race for the GT3Rs. A huge pile up. But one guy went off. He collected 2 more when he was trying to get back on. That ended up collecting I don't know how many more cars, and I mean cars flying in the air, people turning. It was a massive pile up, and that's just on the gold server in the EU. So yeah, people just weren't paying attention. It was early in the race. I think everybody was still a little bit jittered up. I get that way when I'm racing. I get a little a little antsy. All right, we got our first times in a GT3R, GTR3, GT3R. Bruno Santos in with a 2:05.7. So that's significantly faster than the 2 Keishan Hall and Zoltan Bertok at the 2:05, 2:06. Zoltan's racing tonight. Man, he must have, I don't know. We'll see. Monday night, he wouldn't race with us because he said he'd been drinking too much. He'd had too many beers already. Wow, a lot more times coming in. Yeah, Bruno still holds it with a 2:05.7. Next fastest is, Chris Goth with his 2:06.02, which is fast. The fast laps today in GTR3 and EU were the fastest lap were in the 2:03s, which is just ridiculous, just ludicrous speeds. The P2s, I think they were running 152 to 154. The GTR3s can make it in one stop. The P2s could make it in one stop, but they wouldn't be competitive by the time they were done. So the P2s are going to have to do 2 stops. So that'll create some interest and maybe excitement. Yeah, it sucks, doesn't it, Chris? It's all right. I won 500 off of Commander Coffee or Kofi Coffee, Commander Codeine. I don't know, whatever his name is, 2-3 weeks ago. So yeah, I can't, and I can't win this. I can't. It wouldn't be fair to put my own name in. I should do it just for shits and giggles and then disqualify myself once I win. Yeah, yellow flag, full send right. Blue flag means weave as much as you can. Yeah, Paul, sucks to be you. I mean, you could move over here. I mean, no, actually, no, you probably couldn't right at the moment. You would be let in. I follow some folks that sail around the world in their boat, and they're down in Bonaire. And in January, Bonaire had 11 active cases in a population of around 22,000 people. And they were back to normal. They were at their lowest threat level. As of last week, they are up to their highest lockdown, over 400 people infected, and just, oh man, horrible situation for them. So, yeah, heck. Everybody, wear a mask. Yeah, that's right, Chris. You're still a winner. By gosh, and people like you, There's that Saturday Night Live skit when you need it. Oh, come on, Nigel. You're going to sit this one out? You should. Oh, come on, man. Actually, I'm quite impressed with the turnout. It's a nice set of numbers that people have joined in on this race. Yeah, the P2 gang has been working hard on their setups all week. I know that Theo has been. I'm sure that Ensbury has. I mean, hey, Perez is here. I didn't notice that. And he already raced this once today over in the EU, and I don't know where he finished, though. He was, like, in the top 10 the last time I looked. Yeah, they will have a real battle. But I think what will really happen is we'll see who has what kind of strategy as within the first 5 minutes in the P2s. They'll be gaining, what I figured it out earlier. Now I don't remember a damn thing. They'll be gaining about 10 seconds a lap. So it's going to take them 15 to 16 laps before the back markers approximately start getting in the way before they start becoming obstacles. Ensbury's in 154.9. Wysorek is a 155.4. Perez 155.5. And down the list 155.6, 156.3. So there's not more than a missed corner between the top 7-8 drivers easily. It's not much different down in the GTR3s, where your best time is still Bruno Santos with a 2:04.8. And then, yeah, 2:04.8. Top 7 are within 2 seconds. 2:06.8 down with Amado Perrier. Amado, tell me how to say your name someday, would you? Wow. Yeah. So, Paul, we probably ought to just avoid that topic because it gets controversial here. In a van down by the river. No, Patterson ran the EU race or the Australian race, and got a DQ almost immediately in the first part of the race. I don't know why. It was talked about a little bit, but nobody knew what was going on. I think it was him that got a DQ early in the race. He was out early. It was like, what happened? We don't know. We got a DQ. Got a DQ. So I don't know. That was what the announcers were saying. I wasn't monitoring it. I was just watching a couple of different streams. Got a few people just sitting in the pits, pretty much happy with what they've done. Got 5 minutes, 38 seconds left in qualifying, so there's enough room there for 2 more laps, really. An out lap and a fast lap, or an out lap and 2 fast laps. But qualifying doesn't really mean anything in this race. I mean, it does. It's getting, if you're going to do well, getting out front early will really help. So being out front to get a good start will make a big difference. But in terms of, you got to be raced for 2 hours. It's more about making sure your corners are, your entries are good, your braking points are good, your apexes are good, you get on your gas good, you're avoiding the traffic. And your qualifying time will get you out there, but good, solid, consistent driving will probably get you farther. Yeah, Vaughn, I don't know. You don't know. He may have raced this with the Aussies. That's getting up at 4 in the morning, 3:30, 4 in the morning for anybody in the Eastern time zone, and earlier if he's out west. Yeah, Jared, Jesus. Not this session. Not this time. Yeah, I don't see the name Svatek in the list here, so I guess we won't have a problem with blinky lights. They're mapped to his throttle. That's what I was thinking. He must have inadvertently kind of somehow set up his throttle or his brake or something to mimic the flashy lights. Next week they'll be back. Why next week? What do you know about next week that none of us don't know? What do you know that I don't know? Because I know. Next week, actually, we talked 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago about big changes, and the big changes was the 1 hour nightly race and a lot of different changes that were really good, and that's been received pretty well. But they've also gotten some feedback that they've addressed things with, and so when the schedule comes out tomorrow morning, you will note a couple of more very interesting changes that I think everybody's going to say good changes. So it's nice to see that. Yeah, DDF won this morning. That was good. In fact, he got out into the lead and pretty much stayed there for the entire race. It was almost boring. And he said himself, he was kept apologizing. He goes, I'm sorry, the stream's really kind of nothing going on, because there wasn't. I mean, he's out just running his laps, and it was like he was hot lapping by himself. And I didn't see much else of it. I'm assuming someone streamed it, but I didn't catch it. Oh, goodness. Yawn. I even got in a nap today. So, yeah, Amato got in a nap today, too. So no excuses from him on his driving. He will be driving our Mercedes. Yeah, he hasn't had a lot of time to drive lately, so he's got other issues he's been dealing with. So it'll be interesting to see if that affects what he's doing, how he drives, etc. Bruno Santos here with 2:04.8, sitting in the pits, happy with that time. Theodore Ensbury is back out on the track. Interesting. He's sitting on a 154.9. Dom Bessel on the track is sitting at a 155, not too far behind him. Geez, that not far at all. Ramiro Perez, who has already run the EU race earlier today, sitting on a 155.3. Wysorek with a 155.4. I think he may have raced earlier today too. I can't remember. Yeah, it's getting old thing. Yeah. Theos with a 155. Mr. Red Nose sitting on a 156. Keith Hurst sitting on a 156.7. Sean Patterson sitting on a 157.4. Mark Sutton still out there beating it up, trying to get a better time, sitting on a 159.3. Least but not last. Or is it last? Is he? Yeah, that would be number 10. Evan Gremke with a 2:03.1. So there you go. There's your qualifying results. Don't know. I don't think we get any warm up here. Let that do its little scroll. Yeah, I don't nap every day, Chris, but there are days like I didn't sleep for shit last night. I went to bed at like 12:30 and it just didn't sleep well. All right. Here's the cars all popping up on the grid. Once the race gets started and gets stable, I'll go ahead and pop the raffle up and get that rolling. 24 seconds to kick off. Let's go spam the Aussie channel with our community content. Live now. All right, kids. Ensbury's on pole in the P2s. Bruno Santos on pole for the P3s, and they're rolling. Oh, got some touching going on. Touching me, touching you. Into the first corner. Looked like anybody fell off yet. P2s are all lining up. GT3's doing their thing. A little side-by-side action there. I wish this system were able to show these guys as 1-2 in their class so that you would know that we're not looking at 11 and 12, we're looking at 1 and 2 in their class. Yeah, the GTR3s are all spread out, half second or more between cars. P2s are staying pretty much in a line of stern? Yeah, line of stern. Oh, there we go. Somebody took the wide route. Did not show them being penalized for that. Whoa, getting crowded coming into this corner. Good job, everybody. That's first lap down almost. I have not seen any yellow flags or altercations. Mating action attempted there. Yeah, Dom is staying right on him. Ooh, cooked it wide. That'll cost him. Yep, dropped him back, let Perez take over that spot. And that slowed that whole chain down. Wysorek now is out with a second lead over that group of 3 between Red-Nosed, Bessel, and Perez. Now it's a group of about 6. All within a second of each other. Oh, got a little fight going on down here for second place between Chris Goff and Brian Ingalls. Which turned into a battle for third place. Yeah, yeah, when you're battling, you're basically letting other people in. Not always, but very often. Yeah, so this could be 2 hours of very intense racing. Theo looks like he just gained a spot. He was in 3rd or 4th, and now he's up in 2nd. Ensbury jumped out to a lead, pretty much has kept it. Ensbury's last lap was a 2:03.9, which is fast. But Theo's last lap was a 1:58. But John Wysorek's last lap was a 1:57. So these guys are fast. And then if we look further down in the P2s, we're seeing similar times being set by Red-Nose, Hurst, Patterson. Gramke busted 2 seconds, so he didn't have a great lap. And Sutton had an invalid lap at 2:11. Down in the GTR3, got a bit of a battle going on with this group of 4. Oh, I think Evan just did an off track. Yeah, I think he did it at slight off track. Nothing serious, but he dropped him down a position. He lost a spot to Hurst. Ooh. All right, I'm going to leave you watching these guys while I go try to set up the raffle. Raffle. Like I said, try to set up the raffle. Come on, computer. Do me right, baby. Do me right. Got to get over to a web browser, to the streaming software. Boom. Go to the cloud bot. Boom. Inside the streaming software, you go into the cloud bot, and it brings up a web page that you are connected to that is also has the ability to log into your YouTube page in order to, do the giveaway thing, which is really cool. Custom, boom, look at that, 500 RaceRoom, 500 RaceRoom VRP, Raffle. We're going to edit that because I think there's a misspelling in there. Okay, and do. Come on, faster, computer, faster. You just move so damn slow. Raffle, raffle. Bo. Okay, I'm not seeing what I want there. Okay, we have one raffle up and running in. Switch back to auto director. See if it finds anything interesting. Yeah, actually, it may have been daylight savings time, so we did jump an hour. But I mean, we jumped an hour. We spring forward, so yeah, I guess it probably did change. Oh, look, a code for 500 VRP raffle has started for viewers. Type exclamation VRP to enter the raffle, but don't do it yet unless you are subscribed. If you're subscribed to the channel, go ahead and type it in. But if you're not subscribed, you should, because then you get 2 entries to the raffle. So, you know. It says you receive 1 ticket, but it just, you know. Wow, 10:30, and yeah, you're Atlantic. I tell you what, Maine's bringing it up again that we're gonna jump to the Atlantic zone. We're so far to the east. Okay, let's see if I can go back to watching the game now. Race. It's not a game. It's a sim. How dare I insult everybody? Let's see. Alt tab.
That was a Monday happy.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I did it. I locked it up. Exclamation VRP, not question mark VRP. 13 watching. Aren't you excited now? So one of them's me, so that means there's 12 watching, and only 5 of you have clicked the like button. Come on. I'll stop it. I'll stop it right here, and everybody will have to get out, and you'll have to walk home. Chris, you're being bad on purpose, aren't you? Smash that like button. That poor guy has just, you know, I've almost Simon and his 42 different channels. I can't watch him anymore. I'm burned out. Smash that like button. Yeah. Precious little field trip. There's a real education-minded guy right there running the bus. Oh, God. No, I can't tell that story. I can't. That's too gross. Sound? You got no sound? You got sound. Stream sounds to me. Little battle for third place here in the GTR3s. Oh, boom. Ouch, that hurts. Well, let's make sure, let's see if he gets a safe re-entry. Looks pretty safe so far. There was such a cloud of smoke from that crash in the EU that you couldn't see through it. Well, that hurts. That dropped him. Yeah, he only really lost a spot there. The guys up front in the P2s are pretty much in the same order they were in. Ensbury, Lupu, Bussell, and Perez. Everybody seems to be settling down. Whoop. What happened there? Let's see if we can catch it. Yeah, a little bit of a whoopsie-doodle. Looks like Sango and Puebla probably made contact there because they both, they both had to avoid each other. I don't think they lost any places, but then they're far enough back that, yeah. Tough sledding. Running a 2-hour race to get that groove settled in, so that you just run in your laps. You're not, you got to shed that nervous energy from the beginning and get down to business and run laps, and then you start running way back at the pack, and that can eat at your brain. Looks like Ramiro Perez and Theo Lupo and Dom Bessel have all had a little bit of a swap around the spots there. A little late getting to the action, but it looks like there was some... Yeah, Dom and Perez have swapped places. Bottom of the stack of the GTR3s, Amato is pressuring Iman Hawal for P11. He's just drafting. That's what it is. Yeah. Go back up top here because these guys are duking it out. Oof. Perez is really pushing Lupu. Like some of that is that Perez might have slight ping issues, so it'll make him look a little jerkier than he really is. And oh, he saved it though. Wow, he was lucky. He only dropped one spot. That's good save, good save. Yeah, it's not often. Oftentimes, it's not how well you drive; it's how well you can adapt to the crap that happens that you don't have any control over. And got somebody off. Eamon Howell just dead in pit lane. Is that where he is? Sean Patterson. That's 2 slowdown penalties I just seen in one right after another on him. That's popped up on the screen. And then back to this race. These 3 are duking it out. These 4, actually. Interesting. Interesting. What we'll do is we'll stick on Theo here. Chasing Dom Bessel. And Dom has got a position back. Wow, these guys have been trading places. Theo in his visitflorida.com car. Not this time of year. Not now. Mohamed Ayuda has had an off. Spun it in the corner. Drops him down. He didn't lose too many places. Again, people are making mistakes, but they're not losing a lot because everything is so spread out. First place to Wow. Yeah, it's a long way back to in P2 from 1st to 10th. A 2-minute delay for the chat room. Huh. Yeah, it as I do something else on the server, it's possible when I was over setting up the raffle that it messed with the system's ability to do what it needs to do. It's entirely possible. Ooh, 14 watching. Yeah. What we want to do is pick a milestone for people watching the stream to encourage you people that are already watching the stream to go get more people to come in and watch it with us. So I was thinking that the way to do that would be to say, "Ho! Oh, that was almost an off." So we're 10 laps in, and the P2s are now starting to catch up to the GTR3s, which just is going to make things really funky to look at. And there's a safe pass. Let's see that. Whoopsie doodle. That could have been extremely costly, and it was only slightly costly. And we got another GTR3 R3. Maybe going to get in the way here. No. I mean, not that he is getting in the way. Just that there's no way that they can't get in the way. It's not something they're trying to do. It's just, you know. Wysorek has now got himself into second place, and it's funny because the battling between Wysorek, Lupu Perez, and Dom Bessel has allowed Theodore Ensbury to get an 8-second lead on the entire pack. So he's out there having a field day, while the 4 of these guys are losing time to him because they're continually fighting with each other. Perez has now got himself into 4th again. And it's a pretty good racing. I believe these people are probably having a whole hell of a lot of fun. How many are in the chat room still? Because when things get serious, they don't stay in the chat room. Yeah, most of them have dumped out. I don't blame them. So yeah, I was trying to think of a number of, what's a good number to challenge to release this additional raffle item that we have for availability. The anonymous donor bequeathed it to us this morning. Said, give it away during the stream. We're already giving away the 500 VRP. So we weren't going to not do that and then do this other thing. So I thought maybe the best way to do this was to use it as a carrot to increase viewership in the stream, get people to join in live and watch. And somebody is, Evan Howell is out. Keith Hurst is now sitting with 100% damage, and he is out. And my guess is, yeah, he's doing the whee. He's doing the flying around in the universe thing, flickering. Okay, stop that. Stop. Whoa, that's way too much. So we've got two people out. We've got one of the GTR3s and one of the P2s out. Keith Hurst has 100% damage. I'm going to assume he hit the wall or something and created problems for him, so he is out. Bruno Santos is got a good 8 to 9 second lead in the GTR3s in his red Porsche. Chris Goff, second place, 9 to 10 seconds behind. Trevor Minton, 5-6 seconds behind him. Keishan Hall, 7 seconds behind him. Brian Ingles and him battling it out for fourth position. So things are spread right out. Amato has made up a place or two, stayed with the pack. John Wyzorek is off track. Dom Bessel just got a slow down for track abuse. Interesting. Wyzorek was right up in the top 3, and that's going to hurt to drop it down. But again, he's back in, and he's only down to 5th place, and he only lost, I wouldn't say only, but given it's a 2-hour race, he's got a lot of time to make it up. We've got an hour and 36 minutes left here, and whoa, that was a slight off track. Just touch. Contact there between these two, maybe not. Hard to tell from that angle. Yeah, coming up through the other class, it makes it a little challenging for these P2 drivers to judge their braking points and their turn points. They have to kind of adjust what they're doing in order to not get themselves or the other drivers in trouble. And that goes for the GTR3s as well. You know, they've got these guys coming up behind. They don't want to have to give up their speed or position. Brian Ingles and Keishan Hall seem to be in a bit of a tussle down here in 4th. Looks like trouble. Woo! Nice job, guys. Nice job. Nice pass on the outside. Did he get that pass done? He did. Ingles passed Keishan Hall. Very nice. Nicely done. Ballsy ass place to do it. Really put the pressure on Hall to pass him there. Perez, meanwhile, in 3rd place, is pressuring Lupu for 2nd. And again, this gang of Lupu, Perez, Bessel, and Wyzorek have been kind of together since the beginning. The fighting these 4 have been engaged in is given, you know, Ensbury a 10-second grace period out front, and to some degree maybe allowing Red Nose back here in 6th place to make up some ground. He's just kind of, you know, running laps himself. John Patterson has moved up into 7th. Evan Gramke is still in it in 8th place. He had some troubles earlier. And Mark Sutton is holding up the rear of the P2s, which is not a bad place, really. There again, long time to go, and he's about a minute behind the P1 person. Yeah, Perez is just all over Lupu's, but just all over him. He wants by in the worst way. And it is. I did a race this morning. Got 1st place, yay me. I kept my rating above 1,300. Wow, I suck so bad. But I won a race today, which was awesome. But I had the guy on my butt for 2/3 of the race, and it was just a real good exercise in racing my line, racing my race, being slightly defensive, trying not to let it get to me, and just kind of just not that ignoring that he's there, but not allowing his presence to quote unquote upset me. And I did make a mistake. He got by me, and then I was doing the same damn thing to him for about 4 or 5 minutes. We were about 3 minutes left in the race. He lost it on a corner, and and I won because there was just nobody could catch up. But having someone in your rearview mirror like that all the time, and Ramirez is, Ramiro Perez, I think also suffers a bit of a ping issue, not a lot, but a bit. And that can mean that the car in your rear mirror is darting around more than more than it actually is. It just appears that it's darting. And that can be disconcerting. So this is pretty much the race. Perez, Bessel, and Lupu at this point. Amato is in a battle with down in GTR3s. He's coming up behind behind Sangale. Jackson, tell me how to pronounce your name. But we're gonna go back up here and watch this threesome. What I ought to do at some point when it's a little bit quiet is drag over. Oh, no, I can't. Can I do that? Yeah, I can show you the screen that I'm looking at most of the time, which is a web page that lists all the drivers in order, and then a bunch of columns showing various stats on what they've done, as well as controls to switch the view. And at some point, someday, maybe one day, I know I'll start a stream and show that sometime. I'll do that very is something important. But when somebody goes off track or is in the pit, it grays out their name. So I'm kind of looking at that a lot of the time. It also shows a timing window such that right now, whoa, man, these guys are really racing. And they got the GTR3 in their way. Right now, it shows Ramiro Perez is 0.16 of a second behind Dom Bessel, and it's got that highlighted in red. So as soon as anybody is that close to another driver, that red tells you that there's something going on. That there's somebody close. So it's easy to click that and then jump to that action. Yeah, the Chevys were not dominating in Europe, that's for sure. The Porsches were the GTR3 leaders in the EU. It's funny, Nigel, I didn't drive the Corvette, so no comparison, but I actually liked the 911 GTR3R. I just really liked the way that drove and handled. I got no business in this race, but I was having fun in the practice race with it. Yeah, only one Audi. There were only 2 Audis in the EU race earlier this afternoon. A few BMWs. And it's funny, the other night, Chris Harrell and Rangy were both, all over those Audis. And they both had hellacious trouble with them in terms of spinning out and keeping in control. Again, it's one of those things where if you can tame the beast, then, you're doing well. Also, friggin' Bentley had the lead in the GTR3Rs this afternoon for a while, too. So I find it, after having tried the Bentley, I find it really impressive when I see that Perez has been getting a lot of slowdown penalties. I see somebody driving that Bentley that well. It impresses me because it's such a beast. This is just never going to end. These 3 or 4 people are going to be just Perez, Bessel, and Lupu. They're just going to be beating each other up for the rest of the race. On GT3 R3, Santos still has his pretty good lead here, and has maintained it. Oh, so somewhere in the next 20 minutes, we'll see the first pit stops in the P2s. So it'll be interesting to see how that affects things. Look at that sandwich. It's a Theo Lupu sandwich. Woo! Boom! Bang! Ouch! He's out. That hurt. Was that Dom that did that? Yeah, Dom. Well, he's not losing many places. He's losing time, but he's not losing places. But, and if he did damage in that, that's also just going to really knock him back. Meanwhile, Perez and Lupu are still battling it out. Interesting. I just noted that Ensbury got a couple of slowdown penalties in a row, which means that his either concentration faded a little bit or his tires are getting a little squishy. Mohammed just got himself a slowdown penalty. It's interesting. You can notice patterns like that where, Dom, what'd Dom do? Dom pitted. Okay, so I wonder, does he have damage? There goes up. He's lifted the car for tires. All right, so he is the first P2 in and out with tires and gas, but I'm assuming that he was already knocked back. He doesn't have a lot more to lose by pitting early. And maybe because he's got the fresher tires now, he can catch up to these guys by the time they go in and out of the pits. We'll see. This has dropped him back to 8th place. Meanwhile, back up front, it's these two. Well, they got rid of Wysorik earlier. Now they've gotten rid of Bessel. Geez, Theo Lupo, all you have to do is kind of, sprinkle some pixie dust out the back and maybe you'll lose Perez. Got a fight down here for 7th place in the GTR3s. Between Mohammed. Wow. Eodia? Eodia? That's a guess. And Bernie. Bernie. He got it. He's got the inside. He'll have that now. Yep. Boom. Just like that. You change partners. All right. Back up to these two. And it's interesting. Lupo and Perez are about 10 seconds back from Ensbury. And they have been 10 seconds back from Ensbury for the last 30 minutes. So he's not gaining on him. In fact, it's the other way around. Last lap was a 1:59.9, almost a 2-minute lap for Ensbury. 1:57.4 for Lupu. So they gained 2.5 seconds on him on that lap alone. Again, this could be, we're getting to the point where the tires are light. The gas load is also lightened up, so the car is reacting a little different. Gosh, look, it's Perez and Lupu. Look, I'm trying not to camp on just certain people, but this is the only race there is, and everything else is spread right out. Oh, ow, ow! What the hell happened? Hello? What the hell happened to Theo? Where'd he go? Man, I missed that completely. What the hell happened? I'm going to guess that he tried to avoid things and ended up going off track. Oh, now he's going to pit, take advantage of that. Interesting. Yeah, I'm going to jump up into the other chat room and see if I can get a word in. My presence in the broadcast thing in there. But it's good to be able to jump down and go, what the hell was that all about? Evans now in the pit. Yep. So we've lost 2. Daisy. Daisy. So yeah, apparently this guy's been giving people a bit of trouble. Algeria, yeah, I can't believe he's actually racing from Algeria, but he might be. Yeah, he's been off track a lot. Brian Ingram's off track. People are getting sloppy. I don't think Ensbury or Perez have been into the pits yet. Oh, there's Sean Patterson. It's either in the pits or off track. Let's take a look. He's in the pit. Good. All right. North America RaceRoom. Nar. Speaking of which, this is the North America RaceRoom Discord Racing Network, and my name is Jade Futbucker. Welcome to the racing. There's a raffle going on. There's a raffle going on. Man, I was slightly off track on that corner, just a bit. Yeah, there's a raffle going on. Raffle? Yeah, going back to the chat, Nigel. Yeah, the Bentley, just a beast. I drove it. It was just such this big, heavy lump. It just didn't seem to get out of its own way, and it just, oh man, it was horrible. But that's all the more that I appreciate that someone can drive that thing and make it work. The Porsche I just found really just easy to drive. You know, I found a setup that seems to tame it so that it's a lot harder to get it for the back end to come out, and it just corners on rails. So I thought I keep talking about this extra prize to give it away, and I think I want to set a number in order to give this prize away. Of, simultaneous watchers, viewers, eyeballs. Nigel, Theo had, well, you know that now, because I just interviewed him, but yeah, he got a little bit confused and spun off. We'll see. Looks like maybe, no, he's still out there. Ensbury, Perez, and Wysorek are all still out there, and that just kind of surprises me that they haven't pit yet. But that's quite a, I don't want to say brinkmanship in a way between Ensbury and Perez then. Of course, Perez has already run the race once today, so he's got that in his back pocket as fodder, ammunition, wisdom, because he knows exactly what he can and can't do based on him already having done that once today. Yeah, Chris, you thought running the Daytona twice in a day was nuts. Imagine doing this one twice in a day. Make your head just kind of go loopy. All right, we're gonna put it on auto director. Let it jump around for a while to what it thinks is interesting. And it thinks that Mr. Ensbury is interesting, apparently. You know what I need to do is also click on the compare next car when it highlights somebody. Yeah, I'd love to see a counter on track limits abuse on this system, because I know I've seen Perez's name. Oh, Theo just had some kind of an altercation. He just went off track, had kind of a tussle with somebody, I think. No, maybe with Dom Bessel. I'm not quite sure. Well, that sucks. He doesn't need that. Kind of hard to tell. It looks like he's sliding around quite a bit there, but maybe it's just my screenshot. Perez is pitted. I would assume that we're going to see Wysorek and Theodore Ensbury and John Wysorek. We'll see both of these guys in the pit in a second. Yeah, I can't imagine Ensbury's can afford to be back, stay out there much longer. I mean, if you divide the race up into three sections, it's it's 3 40-minute stints, and he's already 49 minutes into a stint, so he's kind of extended his first drive. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Perez just got a drive-through penalty for exceeding pits lane speed. That's gonna, I won't say it's gonna knock him out of the race, but it's gonna set him back far enough that he's really gonna have to work to make that up. Whoa, who was that just went flying off in a circle? One of the GT3Rs just went flying. Well, hard to tell. It may have been Muhammad. Since Muhammad's been suspect of questionable driving tactics, I guess we'll keep an eye on him here for a bit. Matter of fact, maybe the best way to do that is this way. Again, I expect Ensbury in the pit any minute now. Again, with Wysorek as well. Although, no, did Wysorek go into the pit earlier because of the accident? I don't remember. We need one of those charts like they do in baseball and basketball where you write down all the little details about what's been going on so you can keep track of it later. Looks like Mark Sutton is in the pit. Yep. Okay. Close enough. Need to see any more of that. And I think that was Ensbury just ducking into the pit. No. Was it Wysorek? Somebody was just ducking into the pit. I don't know who it was. It was Ramiro Perez. I thought he'd already been in. Oh, he's doing his drive-through. That's right, too. Duh. Clue failure. Come on, Theodore. You know you need to pit. You're stretched it to 51 minutes now. But he's probably been able to fuel save. He's looking at the time behind, so he could just put it in engine mode 1 and just cruise. Stretch his lead and stretch his gas usage. And there he goes. Okay, he's in the pit. Let's go back and watch the potential fireworks. Okay, Muhammad has passed Amato. If that went funky, we missed it. Yeah, it may be one of those situations where this guy is fast, but he's sloppy. Oh, Theodore Ensbury in the pit. And that leaves with John Wysorek as the leader right now in the P2 class. Santos has still got his lead in the GTR3. Looks like Ramiro Perez has come out of the pit right behind Red Nose. Ooh, that was wide. Whoa. A little bit of an off track for Perez. Took him out of the race with these two. So I think John Wysorek, well, there we go. I guess that answers my question there. He is in for a pit stop. And that is going to put Theodore Ensbury back in the lead. And we were back to kind of where we were before all this got a little bit weird. Ensbury's going to have the lead. Dom Bessel is right behind him. Theo is behind him. Red-Nosed Perez playing catch-up. So Wysorek will be coming back out in about 6th or 7th. He's down off the jacks, and he's moving. Here comes Red-Nosed Perez. And there's Wysorek right out in front of him. But these guys have got the speed coming into the corner. And they're going to be just right up on his back door. Boom. Just like that. Perez, another slowdown penalty. Tell you what, I have seen so many of those. It makes me question how many incident points he's got. Anybody know how many incident points are you allowed in this race? Oh, Santos is in the pit, I believe. Yep, gassing up, leaving Chris Goth in the lead for now. Again, so we're now going to see the rotation of GTR3 fuel stops. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Contact, but no damage. I don't see anybody getting hurt. Okay, so we gotta pick somebody and ride around the track on their nose. Oh, since he's leading the race, we'll go ahead and jump on the front end of Theodore Ensbury and let you take a ride around. Crank up the volume. I'm gonna go let the dog out. What did I miss? Why is Ensbury back in the pit? Did he get a drive-through? Did he get a drive-through? Yeah, he got a drive. He must have gotten a drive-through coming out of his pit stop. Oh boy, that does very ugly things to the appendages of a unclean donkey. Yeah. That sucks. But yeah, he's now 25 seconds back on the lead. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. With I think the GTR3 pit stops being pretty much done. Looks like we got a battle for first place now. The GTR3s. Lexus Jack battling for first place. Again, because pit stops aren't mandatory in this race, the race system doesn't tell me who has and has not pitted. So again, it's one of those things where I really need a baseball score sheet so I can mark stuff down. But damn it, we need a statistician. Any anal retentive bookkeeper statistician type people out there want to just, you know, mark all this numbers down? Well, that helps. Dom got a slow down penalty. So let's do a roll call here. We're about an hour, a little over an hour into the race. Mr. Muhammad Ouidia is hauling up last place. Based on the feedback people were giving me, apparently that's where he belongs. Ian McClure is in the pit. He was next to last. Jackson has just got into the pit himself in 10th place in his class. Zoltan Bertok's running. He's in 9th. Keishan Hall running in 8th. Looks like Alexis Jack is also in the pit. Yes. Alexis Jack. I guess that's his car behind that guy's head. Anyway, back up to Brian Ingalls is in 7th place. Trevor Minton, 6th place. Looks like Alexis Jack just went into the pits. Yep. Amato has now worked his way up into 3rd place, but I think this is more to do with he hasn't had a pit stop than anything else. We'll see. A lot of pit stop action going on in the back of the pack. Up top, the P2s, Ramiro Perez is challenging John Wyzorek for 4th place. Or was right on his butt there a second ago. Lost a little ground. Again, the P2s are all going to have to do 2 stops. They can't really make it on 1 stop with gasoline. I mean, they could, but they wouldn't be in a contention. So these guys are all looking at 2 stops. So somewhere in the range, say 45 and 35 minutes left in the race, the P2s will all be in and out of the pits. And of course, that can change things dramatically. Alexis Jack, is he still in the pits? He's still in the pits. This is not, something's going wrong here with him, I think. Oh, you know what? He might be getting damage fixed. Don't see a counter going anywhere. No, all right. Keep an eye on him, see if he comes back out. He was actually running pretty good. Amato's now dropped to 3rd place. I think he lost a position. But that kind of makes sense. And he's got Trevin Martin coming up his butt. It looks like he's going to let him come by, which is interesting. Or maybe he's not going to let him come by. Mercedes got hella power down the straight for sure. But it doesn't surprise me. Interesting. I wonder if he's fuel saving. Because he did pretty much let those two go by him. Interesting. I bet he goes pits next lap. Whoa, Perez just about lost it. Again, that could be netping, making it look like he was just about losing it. Zoltan Bertok is in the pit, I think. Yep. Brian Ingles challenging Trevor Mitten for 3rd place. GTR3 class. Ah, Jesus Christ, that he got us. It's going to cost him the race. He's just going to be beating himself up on that one. Ouch. So as I watch a lot of these races from the outside in, there's so much to it that is just happenstance and luck driven, you know. How do you control that somebody else spins out in front of you, causes you to go off track and, you know, have a problem? You can't control that. There's nothing you can do. And so many of these lead positions that you see are more, I don't want to say chance, but just more, you know, happenstance, right place at the wrong time. Perez and Wysorek still going at it. I think what we're going to do is we're going to look at this one from this angle for a bit. Better get Mako, yeah. So that's 2 drive-throughs, both in P2s, both in the leaders. Oh. Our friend Mohammed got another slowdown penalty. What a surprise. Oh, there we go. Okay, Amato's in the pit, I think. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, he stretched it a long time. Mohammed got another slowdown penalty. Do we have Alexis Jack? Is he still out? He must be out. Yeah, he's gone. He's out. His car is parked. Well, that's sad. That's a bit sad. He was doing pretty good. I'm assuming he got some damage that wasn't repairable. Go up and watch Perez terrorize Wysorek. Bessel's got the lead. Lupu is 11 seconds back. Ensbury 11 seconds back. Wysorek 4 seconds back at least, yeah, and then Perez right behind him. Again, all these guys are going to have to pit again sometime in the next 15-20 minutes. That means they'll be coming back out on fresh tires and full tanks. And note that when Theo came out on his fresh tires and full tanks after that last pit stop, he said the car was just amazing, you know, just completely different car, you know, and now it goes back to handling the way it should. So the P2s are like, they're on rails to start with, and it just gets uglier from then on. Yeah, so we got 3 of the GTR3s out of the race and 1 of the P2s. Keith Hurston is P2, Iman Howell, Alexis Jock, and Sultan Bertok on their GTR3s. I think. Yeah, right. Yeah, he's out. Out. Go back and watch Ramiro Perez try to hunt down Mr. Weissork. Yeah, Nigel, I haven't seen Rangy all day. I'm going to guess that the job he has is such that it is very possible that copious amounts of fertilizer are introduced into the air handling systems, such that he has to go clean it up. He does a lot of I don't know what you call it, technical internet networking communications work. An organization down under. Yeah, when the fertilizer hits the ventilator, he's the guy that's got to go fix it and make it all better. So my guess is that he's out of action in that regard. Yeah, all by my lonesome tonight. I hadn't seen Scott, hadn't seen Jeff Lacey. Not complaining. So this race is a bit easier to cover, but why? This is about the only race going on right now. Is Perez chasing down Weissork. He's basically a half-second behind him and has been for quite some time. At this point, you know, Don Bessel's had the lead now since pretty much since the initial set of pit stops. Although both Theo Lupu and others have had, you know, in Ensbury, they both had bad situations. I mean, Ensbury is running 156s, whereas Lupu and Bessel are 157, 158. So Ensbury is slowly catching these guys. He's got some GTR3s to go by. Or no, that's a back marker himself. It's probably Sutton who's passing. There's Sutton. Currently holding down last. Evan in 8th place. Sean Patterson in 7th place. Mohammed got another slowdown penalty. Mr. Red Nose holding down 6th place. Ramiro Perez, his second 2-hour race today. Holding down 5th. And that person got out of the way. That was good. Finally going to get a move on him? No, he just doesn't have it. Just doesn't have it. Two very well-matched cars right there, and drivers, because these two have basically been right on each other the whole race. Another slowdown penalty. Oh, what's going on with Mr. Gremke? Into the pit. Okay. Yeah, Nigel, I haven't heard from him all day, and I kind of expected to, so I'm assuming he had issues take over. That's why Ragey isn't here. I can tell you why Chris isn't driving. He hasn't got the right attitude and no way to adjust it. Humar. Be also interesting to see who has to pit potentially first. You're driving hard like these guys are. You're using more fuel than the person that's out front, just kind of doing their laps. Maybe braking harder, accelerating harder. That was a nice move of that back marker to let these guys through. I think that was either Evan or Grabke or Mark Sutton. This reminds me so much of this corner right here. Reminds me so much of Bathurst. Whoa! Mr. Perez, you're not going to gain positions doing that. But again, his tires are probably starting to be cooked. He's been pushing hard and sliding around. That's going to make his tires even faster than they should normally go. He's a fairly aggressive driver, and I think that, and I tend to do the same thing. I think it burns the tires up really fast. This is the closest race going right now. He is 1 second behind Wysork, and he is the closest of any of the racers out there. So this is where the action's at. I mean, we could always go back and watch, where'd he go? We could go watch Muhammad and see how many times he goes off track. Oh, there's one. Okay, he's got a couple of P2s coming up behind him. Lets him by, or if he plays blocker. And he kind of let him by. Perez is again closing in on Wysork. Probably thanks in part to having to go around Muhammad. So 41 minutes left. We should start seeing the P2s pit anytime in the next 5 minutes or so. They'll be able to stretch it a little bit. Anybody that really pit late will be able to stretch this next stop out. Welcome to the room, Jeff Lacey.
Hey.
Hey. So you've been watching this?
Yeah, I mean, I had the stream on most of the time and kind of been doing a little chat with everybody in there.
Yeah. It gets a little bit gets a little sweary up there in that room.
It's been pretty good tonight.
Well, yeah, just deservedly so. But you know, try to keep the Fs and the others down to a bare minimum when we can. You know?
Right. Sometimes they just slip out.
Well, they do. You know, and we're all adults here, so you know, and these videos are marked not for children.
Right.
Not specifically not made for children. I haven't seen anybody. It's funny. I've been seeing a lot of Perez here. Has been just he's getting probably an average of a track limits abuse once per lap.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering what the limit is for the race itself. And like, what would be really cool is to have a marker to know how deep are you. You know, how many off tracks have you got? Have you got 5 left?
I caught a little bit of DDF's stream this morning, and it looks like they might be 100 incident limit, because it was showing him how many he was getting or accumulating as he was kind of going on. So I think driver wise they know, but yeah, as you said, it'd be nice to have something from the broadcast side so you kind of know where they sit.
Yeah, because it just adds for that just little tidbit of information would allow you to just to know a little bit closer what's going on and what might be influencing the other drivers.
Right.
But at this point, everybody's all stretched out. Again, we're back to the only real race going on. Oh, hang on a second. Mohammed is in the pit. Okay, I go back up here. Everybody's all stretched out. The only real race is this right here. Perez up against Waisora for 4th place.
Yeah, these guys certainly been going at it here for a little while of recent, and they've made it a little tight passing some cars here. Some of the GT3 cars as they're coming through, trying to stick together, and there's still a lot of time left. I'm not sure if there's that much of a need to be that aggressive still at this point. They're pretty even on pace, so it's not like one's going to get really far ahead of the other.
Yeah, well, and also just in style, just stylistically, watching Perez earlier today in Europe, he is a very aggressive driver.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's more about he is constantly pushing the edge of his car. I almost think he'd be faster if he could just. I have the same problem. Calm down, be smoother, right? Be more consistent, be smoother. And you can actually, it's actually you are much faster if you can pull that off.
For sure. And I was just gonna say, if you watch John, his lines are a lot smoother, and the car's not all over the place. He's not taking as much curb on the track out portion.
Yep.
And so
he's not he's not pushing as hard, and he's getting the same result.
Exactly. He's able to keep him behind. Now, granted, he's in the DP, which probably, I don't know, what their weighting settings are at in both of those cars, but I'm assuming, he's got a good amount taken off. But the DP is going to be better than the LMP2 down the straight, so he can stretch his legs a little bit there. So he's just got to make sure he gets good exits onto the long straights, and he should be fine. Yeah.
And what's interesting is that Perez is right friggin' on him almost the whole time, and then Perez will screw up, and lose a half a second and drop back. But a lot of what you're seeing in Perez is he is a high-paying driver, so a lot of the twitchiness that you think you're seeing in him, I don't think is really there.
That's true too.
Because it's just he is pinging. I don't know. We should ask somebody that in the race if they're nearing what his ping is.
Yeah, I mean, I would say for watching a decent portion of this race, and for what it looks like him jumping around quite a bit, he's had a lot of really close racing with Theo and Dom and now John, and for as close as he's getting, it doesn't seem there hasn't really been any netcode contact or anything like that. So it seems like it's been all right, even though it seems you see him kind of jumping all over the screen.
Okay, Bessel and Lupu are now in the pit.
I was just going to say, I'm very curious to see how this all plays out, because, if Ensbury went 50-ish minutes or a little bit more.
Guess what we missed? Man,
What's
damn it. He passed him. He got by him. We missed it. Damn it.
Yeah.
It just happened. You switch away to look at something else, and poof. Yeah, and there's Red Nose in the pit. So they're all pitting. The bottom guys are all pitting. So I'm going to assume. Well, we'll see. Edsbury was, I think, the last P2 in the pit. So
yeah, I think he went like 50-ish minutes or a little bit
yeah,
more.
he went way over. So he's the last one that's going to need to.
Yeah, he's gonna need a splash. I think he's kind of taken if DDF's strategy this morning was to do a 2-stopper, but his second stop was only going to be a splash. So I'm
splash
assuming,
and dash.
yeah,
God, the tire. There's going to be nothing left of his tires though by the end of it. And I mean, even
he
at
was
the
struggling.
at the end of their stints, it looked like they were squirrely as all hell.
Yeah, at the end of Ensberry's first stint, it looked like he was kind of struggling for grip, both under braking and acceleration. So, but if that's the case, and he only needs to stop in the next, let's say, 5 to 10 minutes,
It's still going to cost him 20 seconds to get in and out of the pit. He's only got an 8.5 second lead on Perez, but Perez is also going to need to pit here too, as is Wysorek.
But if he can make it to say 20 minutes left, he might gamble and not take tires because it's only 20 minutes.
I'll give you that because with Dom, Theo, with Bessel, Lupu, Red Nose, those guys are all far enough back. I mean, Bessel is 30 seconds back from Wysorek, and Lupu is 22 seconds back from Bessel, and that chain is pretty deep. So Theodore, as if he can splash and dash, and we know that Perez and Wysorek have also got at least to do the same thing. It looks like Ensbury, if it all works out that way, should cruise to the win.
Right.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Well, yeah, there's still 30 minutes left in the race. We saw in that last stop he got a drive-through penalty. It wasn't for anything pit stop related, it sounds like, but there is a chance that he could make another mistake and grab another drive-through and really change the race towards the end here.
Oh yeah. Anything. Down at GTR3, Bruce Santos is back in the lead with a 5-second lead over Chris Goth, who has a 40. Wow. So it's basically down to these two, Goth and Santos.
Those two Corvettes have kind of been the class of, or the best of that class for the whole race.
And then 45 seconds back from those two is Brian Ingles. Way back. So there's just, unless Santos or Goth really screw up, they've got it. So I guess the battle for GTR3 is going to be between maybe Keishan Hall, Trevor Minton, and Brian Ingles for that third spot. They've got to tighten up the pack, catch up with him first off.
And the GT3s, they were only going to need one stop, right? That was it for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that wasn't for sure. Yeah, they were a one stop, and with mild amounts of engine management, you weren't going to need to do a ton of it. So back up top, Ensbury has got a 9-second lead over Perez. Perez just did a 156.5, but Theodore Ensbury did a 156.0. So, yeah, exactly. And Wysorek was a 157.6. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Zoltan Bertok, why are you're no longer in the race? That's right too. Yeah, all we're getting out of you, Zoltan, is a hum. Yeah. Something ain't right with your connection, Zoltan.
Yeah.
And Wysorek is 157.
A lot of feedback.
Yeah, well, there's a mute button.
Why did he no longer in the race?
So yeah, Ensbury's gonna have to pitch.
I tried to race
for the guys that are behind him.
All right.
Yeah, nobody's doing anything spectacular with their lap times.
But if Ensbury was able to run a 56 flat, that's pretty good considering where he probably is in the stint compared to where he was. So he must be doing a lot better job of tire management through this run.
Well, and Theodore's a very consistent driver. Smooth entries, smooth exits. Does the whole smooth thing really well, which means that you A, use less gasoline, B, you wear your tires less.
Yeah.
So it's that really. I mean, initially in the first quarter to half of the stint, it's not that big of a deal. But by the time you get to the end of the stint, that matters a lot. And speaking of slowdown penalties, so yeah, it's when does Theodore Ensbury go in for his pit stop? All right, so that's the other thing I want to look at. Yeah, I was going to set a number of 30 watchers in order to release the additional raffle, and we're nowhere friggin' near it.
Almost halfway there.
Near it. 13. We had 8. I think we had 18 last week. So, and it's a matter of being here, but also how many people that would be interested in watching the race aren't racing. You know.
Yeah, that's what I said in the chat. I think a handful of us that were in the chat watching the stream would probably be normally racing too. So.
Yeah. And, but also there's part of the Australia crowd. You know, there's a lot of people. It's the midday there, yeah, it's about noontime, 1 o'clock right there. So for a lot of those guys,
and depending upon how their race went, they might not.
Yeah, they may not be all that interested in coming and spending time with us.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, I was bummed. I wasn't gonna make this one. This one would have been good, but it looks like we, 23 cars. It's still a pretty good turnout considering we had, like I said, a handful of people not able to make tonight's race that would normally be racing. So we probably could have been, 28-ish, almost 30, which is more than what the Oz and Z group had. And I don't know what the Europe one was. I know they're usually the bigger of.
They had about 24, 26 people in the gold race and 18 to 20 in the silver race.
Okay.
So in a way, we matched them on the gold race, but
Yeah.
not really. I mean, because we had a total of 24. They had a total of almost 50. So
Yeah. Still.
And I think somebody said that OZ had. I think it was either 13 or 18. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think they were just shy of 20.
God, I want to know how many. I want to know. We'll be able to see that at the end of the race. We'll be able to go in and look and see how many points Perez has. I bet he's got just a pile. The person with the second most points will be, where is he? Is he in the race still? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Yeah, Mohammed Ayoub.
That was another one for Ramiro.
Yeah, I mean, he's been getting 1-2 a lap on average.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, if it's 100, you get 50 every hour. And
whoa, there he goes again, and boo!
Yeah.
Let's see if he's done, because he's done that a bunch of times.
So if you do the amount of laps in an
that
hour,
was it. That's it. He's done.
Is
His
he?
engine's gone. Yeah. Say that again. Yeah. You
start doing the math on how many you can use a lap in.
How was that for timing? Switching over to him to watch him crash and die out of the race. Ramiro Perez is now in second place and now just ran a 157.0. Dom Bessel, 2 cars back, just ran a 156.6.
Oh, nice.
Edsbury and Wysorik's last laps were both invalids. There's no time on them. I wish it would give the time anyway, even though it's invalid, because that's good information.
Yeah.
Yes, he went off the track, but he still did a 150, blah, blah, blah,
So
okay, what do we got? 26 minutes less. Ensbury has still not pitted.
Yeah, I was going to say, so Bessel has pitted, correct?
Yes, yeah, but the top 3 have not, I'm pretty sure. Wysorik, Perez, and Ensbury have not pit.
Because even, I'm just kind of thinking out loud here and doing a little math, but if Ensbury even has to stop for a splash and dash, the time through pit lane, and depending on how long he needs to stop for it, it could be pretty close between him and Bessel when he's coming out of the pits.
No, because Bessel is 26 plus 3, 29 plus 9 is 40 seconds.
Oh, yeah, never mind. I'm thinking the tower there is
40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, never mind.
Yeah, so
he's
got
got
plus
it
8, plus 3, plus 36,
Yeah.
plus 26. There's just 2.
Yeah.
Now, Perez and Wysorik supposedly could get in and out of Interesting. I didn't see an off-track message there, and Ensbury was way off track. I'm assuming that Perez, Wysorek, and Ensbury are all in the same boat in terms of they do have to stop once to get fuel.
Yeah.
And if any of them add tires to it, they're gone. They're out of contention. Whereas if all three of them just splash and dash,
Whoa!
they'll pretty much end. Missed it.
Oh no,
Was it the guy?
I think my video is behind on you, so I'm watching the actual like stream.
Oh,
And I think I just saw
yeah.
the Ensbury one go way wide, and realized that's what you were talking about.
Yeah, you could very easily run the spectator software yourself, and you would be seeing what I'm seeing because it sends it out in real time.
Okay.
It's pretty simple too. You just kind of you can literally go with an auto editor situation. If you just load the spectator, it will kind of auto do its thing. But there's a couple other widgets that you have to run to get any amount of control over what you're seeing.
Okay.
Oh, Perez in the pit or the wall, one of the two. Okay, so he's in the pit. There goes Bessel. Here
Looks like
comes Theo.
Wysorek stayed out.
Here comes Theo. Here comes Ramirez out of the pit. Theo is 12 seconds behind him, 11, 10. There's Theo. 3 seconds back. Okay, so that interesting. That cost him a lot. You know what happened right there? That was not a splash and dash. I bet he filled up, and it cost him.
Looked like he took tires too.
I didn't notice that.
It was jacked up when the shot turned over.
Okay, so that cost him. Yeah, he should have splashed and dashed. But, he may have had it all like pre-programmed in for a fuel stop and tires. Or maybe his tires were down to, 15%, and if he didn't change them.
Well, like you said, he was
Hey, guess
pushing
who's
really
going
hard.
to the pit? There he goes. Here we go. Splash and dash. Now, I'm assuming Wysorek is in the same boat and has to also splash and dash at some point, but he's going to stay out, okay? Theodore comes down. Oh, it's such a long friggin' pit lane.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, go. Oh, this just takes way too long. And in for a stop. Oh, he had to back up. He lost another 2 seconds. 8, 9, 10. Tires to 11.
Really?
12.
Where
13, 14, 15. Okay, that day he was stopped for 15 seconds plus
Where's
2
Bessel
seconds to
at?
back up. Bessel's 30 seconds back.
Still.
Well, no. Well, okay. No. Wysorek is in the lead on lap 50. Bessel is 25 seconds back from him. Ensbury is now 13 seconds back from that. So looks like Bessel's going to get the win because I think Wysorek still has to pit.
Bessel just went past, so
Yeah, it might take a minute. And in the meantime, we have a battle for first place down here between Santos and Ingalls. And then we've got a battle below them for third place between Minton and Ingalls, sorry. And then Goth and Santos for first place battle. And then Minton and Brian Ingalls for the third place in the GTR3. How much time do we have? 20 minutes.
wow. So, yeah, I mean, we had said that Bessel was 40 seconds behind Ensbury there at one point, but apparently getting down pit lane and tires and fuel was 40 seconds worth because Ensbury came out now behind him.
Yeah. And he is now 38 seconds back from Wysorek.
which we should be. I mean, we're expecting him, obviously, to be coming in.
Is Wysork? Yeah, but is Wysork coming in?
Well, I said we're expecting him to. We'll see if he.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised though. I'm surprised that no one's taking the gamble on no tires. I mean, unless they're that bad. But
wow, and it could be that they are that bad.
You can't turn down like that. Just watching that Ingalls and Minton battle here, and in turn one,
I'm back to
he
it.
just turned down into him in turn one and can't. He's there, he can't do that.
I don't. Nigel's asking if does Bessel have to pit. I don't think he does. I think Bessel pit was the first one to pit. I can't remember now.
Yeah, I thought he was, but that's why I asked, because I wasn't sure myself. But I thought he was.
I'm going to be a subscriber, Luis Lima. Luis Lima. Thanks for subscribing.
Yeah, thanks, Luis.
I think that puts us. We're now up to 105 subscribers.
How about that?
Triple digits. Woot. Where's the horn? We can blow the horn and
Right.
do the
Oh boy,
do the new subscriber shuffle dance.
you've got a traffic jam on the backstretch here. This is killing John.
Meanwhile, Chris Goff has not managed to catch up to Bruno Santos. They will continue to he will probably continue to hunt him down.
Yeah, it seems like he's still there, only just under a second and a
Yeah.
half back.
Yeah. And it may be a case where, hey, second place isn't bad. I mean, the risk that you have to take in order to get by, might not be worth it. But this one down here, between Minton and Ingalls, certainly is worth it because it means podium or no podium.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Who's this coming through these guys? Or is he coming through? He's trying to. He's not having much luck. I think that's Evan. I'm not sure. Yeah, Evan Gremke. Wow. I so rarely am able to identify people. Well, I mean, the cars don't match any of the numbers of the drivers, and, it could be...
And a quick props to Evan, because I'm almost positive he put in the Discord chat that he put in 0 practice and picked the car right before the start of the race.
Oh, well, and if you finish, that's points. I mean,
exactly.
There's only one P2 that dropped out, so there's only so many points for him to gain.
Right.
There were 4 of the GTR3s that dropped out. So with 4 of them dropped out, there's a lot of rating to be gobbled up.
Yeah.
Man, the battle really is
Chris
between
got
first
him.
and second. Yeah. For the no, Chris didn't get him.
He's always coming back.
But yeah, the battle is between. Whoa! Hang on a second. What's that? Trevor Martin had him. He had him.
Yeah.
Trevor had Brian Ingalls for a second, and then got back. So here's the battle. It's funny. The battle is between first and second, and third and fourth in the GTR3, and the rest of it, unless John Wysork, if John Wysork pits, well, I tell you what. We're going to see if Ramiro Perez is in 4th place, 8 seconds behind Theodore. If Wysork does have to pit, then that means Dom, Bessel, Ensbury, and Perez. Hello, somebody went bye-bye. Is that Brian Ingalls? Yep, he went bye-bye. So the battle is now Chris Goff and Bruce Santos. Unless Wysork pits. If Wysork pits, that's going to change things up for the other three.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's got a pit, but I don't know. Look and see what he looks like as he's driving.
Did
Essentially
Ensbury
behind
really
him.
fall off Vessel that far?
Yeah, he did the huge pit.
Yeah, but he didn't. I didn't feel like he came out 12 seconds behind him.
I think he was. I think he was 15 seconds behind him. I think it's
Wow.
Kane.
I must have missed that then.
And again, Chris Goth and Bruno Santos battling it out for first place in the GTR3s with 14 minutes left. So anything could pretty much happen there.
Yeah.
Just for shits and giggles, Ensbury's last lap was a 156.4. Vessel's last lap was a 156.6. And Wysoryk's last lap was 157.4. So
Okay.
he is about a second a lap slower, Wysoryk, than the other two. But that would make sense if his tires are baked.
Right, yeah. And if he had any traffic or not, but
What is it? 14 minutes left. I think what we're going to do is... Oh, wait a minute. Evan? Pit. Okay, good.
yeah, this is a good
My,
battle for lead in GT3.
Yeah. If somebody goes off track, big way, or in pit, their name gets grayed out in the broadcast software, so I can see that turn gray and go to it. But I think what we're going to do here is we're going to go silent mode for a lap, and we're going to be on the front bumper of Chris Goth as he chases Bruno Santos around up the track. So this is one of those DDF crank up your sound and get a lap in moments, and we'll shut up and you can listen to the cars.
Yep.
I leave you alone for a minute, and all hell breaks loose.
Right?
So exactly what we thought would happen happened.
Yeah.
Wysoryk went into the pit, and Dom, Ensbury, and Perez jump into the 1, 2, 3. Although Wysoryk is catching up to Perez, so we might have a battle for third place. Meanwhile, these two. It makes me wonder if Chris is just biding his time, you know, or if they are really both pushing it as hard as they can. And
Yeah, hard to tell. I would think 10 minutes, 10.5 minutes left, or around 10 minutes left, that you'd be going pretty hard here just to make sure you don't want to take a chance on anything. But
well, you got.
Even on pace.
Chris Goff has got second place wrapped up. Third place is a minute and 6 seconds back. So he can go off track, do 3 donuts, come back on, take his time, and still get second place.
Right, yeah.
So, and if he started back in 8th, qualied in 8th or something like that, finish in 2nd, take that sucker to the bank.
Absolutely.
If I was in Chris's seat right now, I'd be going, this is awesome. Just a couple of more minutes. It's been a long race. I got to pee, but just a couple more, 9 more minutes, and I can have second place and lots of rating and rep.
Yeah. That's broadcast booth, 2 of us, though, talking. I'm sure if either one of us were in his seat, we'd be going, oh, but we're so close to a possible win.
but watching the pattern, he's now, I think that Santos is just out driving it.
Yeah. Just kind of dictating pace.
Well, yeah, because Bruno's been out front the whole night. Bruno's last lap was a 2:05.3. Chris's last lap was a 2:06.3. So, the last lap, Bruno's a full second ahead of him pace-wise. Yeah. And that's hard to beat. Up top, Perez's last lap was invalid. But Ensbury's last lap was 1:55.7. Dom Bessel's last lap, 1:56.8. So
yeah, he can cruise. He doesn't have to try.
Yeah, but Theodore Ensbury got a second lap on that last lap, but there's only 8 minutes left, so he can't catch him.
Yeah.
Perez's last lap was invalid, so there's no way to see what he's doing. Sorek just got an off track. Ooh, big off track. Ouch. As did Trevor Minton. Ooh, and Wysork is going into the pit.
Oh no.
Boom. That might be you've got so much damage you can't drive this damn thing anymore. Well, that's too bad, man, because he fought hard, had a good race.
Yeah.
Have you seen the chat?
Oh.
Oh my God. Luis speaks Portuguese. Oh God.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, Luis. So he says, great transmission. Doesn't understand a damn thing we're saying, but likes the transmission.
All right. Well.
Hey, that counts. Works for me.
We'll take it.
Oh,
there hasn't been anything in the chat telling you to kick me out, so I'll take anything as positive.
Yeah. So, God, what do we got? 7 minutes. Portuguese, and Portuguese is a hard language because it's a combination of all the Latin languages, but just it got cut off at a certain point in time, and then regionalized to be very specific to it's a tough language.
I don't doubt that.
Because it's such a you've got Portugal itself, but then you've got the islands off of Portugal, and then you've got a very large Portuguese population in South America.
Yeah.
So the influence that they've had, and of course they're a very large portion of the age of sail. So the language changed and became quite different from Spanish or French, even though they have those same Latin root.
Yeah.
All right. 5 minutes and 57 seconds left.
I was just seeing the images of Wysork in the pits, and yeah, that front end was pretty much flat across the front, so he hit something pretty solid there.
Yeah. Well, it's good that he was able to get back out, so he'll finish the race, and he won't take too hard of a kick in the cojones.
Yeah. And it looks like that battle for first in GT3 looks like Santos is starting to stretch his legs here in the
he's
final.
got over 3 seconds. Oh, there's another one off. Who was that? That was either Red Nose or Wysork or Keishan Hall. Yeah, I think that was Keishan Hall that went spinning off. I had three names go gray all at once. Yeah, Dom. Yeah, I don't see much changing. You know, Theo's got to make up 5.5 seconds to get third. Perez has got to make up 4.5 seconds to get second, although he's probably happy with third at this point, considering. Oh, hello. Well, that's one way to get around the GTR3s. Wait till you see this. You're going to like this move. That'll be coming up about now. Oh, God, that was good. That's a hell of a pass. He made it.
Oh.
Yeah, he is.
Is that Ensbury? Oh, jeez. That's
Was that the Ramirez pass around the outside on the grass?
yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. They won't get out of my way. I'll just go around. Again, I can't wait to see how many incident points Perez has.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he's lit the board up.
Yeah.
It looks like in the
Bruno,
chat that Wysorik had a puncture.
Ah, okay. That makes sense. Bruno Santos pretty much has led the GTR3 the entire race, except for when there was a change up in the pits. Oh, got another off. Yeah. Another off. Boy, those make you mad, especially towards the end of the race.
Oh, yeah. It's easy, though, if you don't do a lot of endurance events. Driving 2 hours, it can mess with your mind towards the end.
15 minutes is enough for me driving driving the F4s the other day, 2 or 3 days ago. Oh my God, did I get frustrated?
Yeah, they've definitely made that car a little bit harder to drive in a good way, but a little bit harder to drive.
I started to make a video, but then realized that none of my dashboard stuff was up. I screws my HUD up, and so I didn't have it. But I was making a video using the F4 as an example of this car was designed to train your right foot not to be an idiot.
Right. Yeah, that thing was a little bit too planted before the last update they did with it. So.
Yeah, and so now it acts very much like the car that it is, which is really narrow bias top-ply tires that are made out of material slightly softer than hockey pucks.
Yeah, I was gonna say that it's a pretty hard tire.
So yeah, Santos has ran a hell of a good race.
Yeah, that's impressive to lead it, for as long as he has. That's, he definitely had the car dialed in.
And so, you know what? I think no computer. There we go. I don't think I could. I don't think that. No computer. Come back. I think I'm going to give Bruno Santos the driver of the day, and I'm going to do that because he's been the most consistent. He pretty much has taken the lead in GTR3s and has kept it the entire race.
Yeah.
If you could give the best racing award, it would probably go to the 4 that are in the 4 or 5, the 4 or 5, including maybe Wysorik, that are in the lead on the P2s.
Yeah, for sure.
Bessel, Ensbury, Perez, Lupu, Wysorik, they all ran a really good race.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving around. A lot of moving around in them decisions.
I would say, there wasn't quite as much battling down in the GTR3s. There was some, but it wasn't as consistent as the P2s were battling.
Yeah, I mean, Ingles and Minton had some good battling there in the second half of the race, and I think Amato had some...
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who just took the lead? Me and my big mouth. Gave Santos the driver of the day, and he just lost the lead. Whoa! Santos had to have screwed up. He had to have made a mistake. Because I can't believe with a minute left in the race that holy shit.
So there's some P2s coming through. Like I said,
I want to catch Dom Bessel coming across the line, but I don't want to miss this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
because Dom is going to be probably already across the line. So congratulations, Don Bessel, Theodore Ansbury, Rimmer, Perez. Great race, you guys. Theo just missed out. Great race. We'll watch these guys finish instead.
Yeah, it looks like he got kind of just hung up letting some P2s go through and opened the door for Chris. Just timed it right. I'm sure he's not going to give up that easy, though, and clearly
No,
get
but
some pace.
you've got to figure that Goth is just kicking himself in a way. Oh, don't lose it now. Coming into that last corner, next third to last corner, fourth to last corner. Anyway, you'll see it in a second here. Chris had a little bit of a waggle.
Well, I'm sure he's trying everything to keep Bruno behind.
Oh, yeah, and you've got to figure Bruno's just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn it.
But sometimes that's how it goes. You just got to stay, within a sniffing distance and wait for a mistake, and you never know when it's going to happen. And unfortunately for Bruno, it seems to have happened really late in the race with not enough time to recover from it.
Okay, says we're out of time. Wow, Chris is really stretching it. And again, if you're him, God damn it, I gotta get some distance. Gotta get some distance. Because if he gets on my ass, I'm cooked.
Exactly.
Screw the off tracks. I don't care. And I believe that is the checkered flag for these two. Awesome, great. Awesome racing. Well done, kids.
Yeah, very nicely done. And for those worried, Rangy is in the chat. He did make it.
He made it to the chat.
He made it.
Okay, so let's see. I gotta go over here. Oh, come on, computer. Give me control back, please. There you go. Where are you? Right there. Boom. Alt tab to there. It worked. Okay, I hope all your entries are in for the raffle because we're about to pick a winner. And if you have not put your entry in, it is now too late. I've clicked a button and it is too late. We're going to say pick a winner and you must be present to win. I believe that I'm going to have to draw again because James McKnight, did you not win just the other week?
First of all, are you still here, James?
Yeah,
are you still hanging out with us?
If James isn't in the chat room, it doesn't really matter. But I also think that he won 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
So I think what I'm going to have to do is draw again.
You have good luck then, James.
Yeah. And then JL Races. JL Races is the new winner.
That's me.
You slime bag, you.
Oh, James is still here.
Yeah, but
he did say he won.
2 weeks ago. Yeah, you did win 2 weeks ago. Well, that's great.
You're more than welcome to pick a different winner.
If you're willing to give it away, I'll do it again.
Absolutely, we'll give it to someone else.
All right. Yeah, I try to rule myself out.
Exactly.
Because geez. Oh well, hey, I won again.
Right.
All right, guess who won this time? None of the previous two. Jared Svedhek.
There you go.
Send me a chat, and I'll send you a code for your 500 VRP. Let's see. Can we go back to the broadcast now? Yeah, this thing is almost over. And then what we can do is we can go look up and see how many incident points Mr. Perez had. And then we'll look up two people's incident points here.
For the extra giveaway you had, we could have put out to the chat to do an over/under on how many it would be.
Oh, that one. You know what? That's not a bad idea. But I want to try to get things. I want to try to use it to incentivize people. No, I don't want to remove user. I wish it would do that. That button needs to be a lot smaller.
Yeah, right.
You'll see here. Now we go to rank player. We go to hello computer. Go to this race. We say hello computer. We scroll down. Race results. Come on, you can do it. Perez. Oh, where is he? Perez had only 43 incident points.
Wow.
He had 34 invalid laps, 2 vehicle points, and 1 track point. That is. Ensbury 16 invalid laps. Who had the drive-through? Wasn't that Ensbury?
Yeah.
It's interesting that it doesn't kind of show it. Let's see. The big winner in down here was Muhammad with 67. And he had a disconnect for 3 points. Interesting. Okay, big winners and losers on the ratings and the points. Dom Bessel gained 46 points.
Yeah.
And there must have been a no massive loser. I think Keith Hurst lost 25, so that hurt.
Yeah.
Red Nose lost 17. Wysoric lost 14. Down in the GTR3s. Ooh, Emin Howell got stabbed for 22. But rating. But no massive winner loser. Oh well.
Yeah,
excuse me,
Brian. No. Yeah, Brian Engels.
Whoa, holy crap, 55. That's
Yeah.
huge. That's huge. All right, hell of a race. All right. Well, that's it for this week. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for winning the VRP. We'll be giving away another 500 VRP next week on Wednesday night's Enduro, which will also be a very interesting race. There are changes coming to the schedule for next week, so load that up the first thing in the morning because that'll be interesting. And spread the word about the stream, and if we can get more than 25 people watching next week, we'll give away the extra special prize that we've got holding in the background for a special occasion. So get 25 people on here next week, and we will not only give away 500 VRP, we will also give away a special prize. Okay, thanks for watching, people. We'll see you next week. And Jeff, thanks for stopping by.
You bet. Take care, everybody.
All right, man. Yep. See you guys. And bye. I got to run over here.